in your absence, life is boring, so I'll never leave. It's easier to love when it's you by my side, shining through the cracks like the first morning light, feeling like a child through the days and the nights.
Well, good morning and welcome back to the channel. If you remember, on my last vlog I was at Kingswood amongst the bluebells, and I'm back there again this morning. If you remember, I mentioned about this gap in the woodland where I was hoping the sun would shine through and illuminate the bed of bluebells. Well, unfortunately, I've picked the day where it's thick cloud up there, and we are now at the time of sunrise, and it really doesn't look like the sun's going to be able to penetrate through that into the woodland floor. So unfortunately it doesn't seem like it's going to have worked this time, but you know, we're here now, so we'll see what other images we can get. Also, just like to say a thanks to a guy called Steve. I won't mention your surname, but you know who you are. Thanks very much for the information on parking and an easier route to where I am. So thanks for that, Steve. Really made a difference this morning, mate, and hopefully we can come up with one or two images to make it all worthwhile this morning.
If the sky is falling down on me, you'll be the one that's by my side to lift away from me. And if I find myself in
I don't know if the microphone's picking that up, but it's like 6 o'clock in the morning now. There's nobody about, and all you can hear is like the early morning bird song. So if nothing else, it was worth coming down here just for that, really. It's really peaceful down here. As it didn't look like the sunlight was going to shine through where I thought it was. I mean, it may do on another day, but today there was just so much cloud there. Once the sun rises, it's just not going to penetrate enough through that cloud and into the woodland. So I've come for a bit of a wander, and I've come across this tree. Now I believe that this is a yew tree. Now that's not thanks to my extensive knowledge, but again to somebody else that told me about a yew tree. And I've got the camera set up quite low to the ground, and you can see here there's quite a lot of exposed roots. Now I'm kind of using that as a bit of a lead in towards the trunk of this tree. The camera is at ISO 100, it's f11, and each shot is for about 1 second. Now I am focus stacking this because obviously the root system comes from bottom left of frame and leads you up into the tree. Now the bottom left hand section of that is quite close to the camera, so I've taken 3 focus points, one in the foreground, one in the midground, and one on the trunk of the tree itself. It does look like there's quite a lot of sky in the background, and I don't really think I'm going to be able to crop that out, but you know, again, I'm not sure whether this image is going to work, but it caught my eye again, or the root system caught my eye, and I've just set this up to see if I can make something of it. If it's any good, I'll pop it up on the screen for you now. Otherwise it's just a blank screen. Hi all. I just wanted to come in at this point and say that the image I just showed was the focused stacked version of the image. Now I did take several other images while I was there. I just wanted to show you the difference if I didn't focus stack it. Now this particular image I'm going to show you now was the same composition, but just a single exposure. That it was at ISO 100 f4 for 1/5 of a second. And you'll notice particularly in the bottom left hand corner where the root system comes into frame there is quite clearly out of focus compared to the first image that I showed you. Now, there's no right and wrong. It all depends on what you were trying to do with the image from the start. Now, just out of interest, let me know which version you prefer. They're obviously processed slightly different, but I'm interested to hear on your thoughts. So any comments, leave them down below. Back to the video.
I just thought it would end up like it usually does. All the things you do make me feel it's confusing. I don't really know what I'm doing. All I know, this ain't nothing. Should we stop or should we rush in? All I know, this ain't nothing. All I know.
Well, it's about 20 to 7 now, and I've spent the last sort of half an hour playing around with this tree, trying to get a nice composition. But I can't seem to get anything that works well. The tree is kind of surrounded by a lot of other trees. It's not separate, and trying to isolate that tree is really, really difficult. But any images that I have managed to get that I think are okay, I'll have either have popped up on the screen before now, or I will do in just a second with all the information about settings as what I used to take them images. I'm not sure whether I can get anything else from this part of the forest at the moment, so it might be time to go for a little stroll around and see if there's anything else we can find.
Has it been a week since we met? Is this too fast? I'm afraid of saying I want this to last. One dance was all I thought it was. Thought it would end like it usually does. This ain't nothing, we've got something. All I know, this ain't nothing, we've got something. All I know, this ain't nothing. Should we stop or should we rush in?
Well, I've had a bit of a wander around and actually come back to the location where we started the vlog, in the area where I was hoping the sun would come up. Now the sun has risen, it's 8:15 now, so the sun is quite high. Unfortunately, we never did get any golden sunlight coming through that gap illuminating these bluebells. So unfortunately that was a bit of a fail this morning. But I've had a wander around. I found one or two images, I think, this morning. Unfortunately, there was no light, so whether or not they've worked until I get back on the computer and do something with them, I'm not sure. But again, just a thanks to Steve for pointing out a better parking location for this part of the woodland. Did save me quite a walk lugging all my camera gear with me, so thanks for that, Steve. I do appreciate that. Unfortunately, I don't think I've managed to do the shoot justice this morning because of the conditions that we've got. Unfortunately, I'm back on late term this week, so I'm not sure I'm going to have another opportunity to come back out this early in the morning because of being at work much later on in the day, and I don't want to be up at 4 in the morning and not getting home till gone midnight. So unfortunately, I think that might be it until maybe next year, but it's in the GPS. It's something I'll come back to. But that's landscape photography, you know. You have to work with the conditions that you've got, and it's the more you get out, the more opportunity you have to get the conditions that you're after. Now, unfortunately, I've come to this location on the one time a day I was hoping for, and it hasn't paid off. But I'll be back. But I hope you enjoyed the video anyway. I hope you enjoyed one or two of the images. Again, thanks for watching. Consider subscribing, hit the like button, and until next time, take care and see you soon. Cheers then.